There is nothing for me. I borrowed from other people to buy food. It's been 5 months he has not paid me at all. Or rather, I am surviving. My wife and children tell me to send some money or come back. Where will I go?
Forgive me if I sound like a snob, bro, but how can you in your right mind as an adult possibly think, right? Like where you're going on planet Earth, yeah? It's all peaches, everything is hunky-dory, it's freaking Alice in Wonderland there.
Disclaimer.
Like there's a certain part of Dubai we see and that has been popularized on literally on the net, and there's a dark side we actually don't see. There's a whole labor market, these laborers that literally build and literally build Dubai and work so hard, but the earnings and the incomes, it sucks, bruv.
I can imagine.
Slave labor. Building these skyscrapers, in metal blobs, they cost a lot of money. So where can you safely cut cost? Not in the building materials or the construction, unless whenever you're in Dubai, you see these various construction sites everywhere. You also notice these men doing construction. Sometimes they wear these blue hats and sometimes these yellow hats. These men you're seeing on your screen, they're trapped. They're trapped in Dubai. They can't go back to their friends or families or their kids. These men are trapped in what I like to call modern slavery. Would you believe me if I told you that these skyscrapers that you see, they're built off the sweat of slaves? Yes, and I mean slaves.
As we drove into it, she said, that building over there, that's it. You wouldn't even keep cattle in that building.
Because they may not be tied up and beaten, some people might say, but Tunde, this isn't slavery. Some might even say slavery is dead. The stereotype of slaves being beaten with whips may no longer apply, but that does not mean slavery is dead.
But I'm not naive enough to think that there's no poverty in Dubai. I vaguely imagine that there was somebody who had it worse than the guys with the Lamborghinis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, for the longest, I actually could not conceive that.
No, I just thought, okay, he has it he's down bad because he doesn't have a Bugatti like Tate or something. But also, I vaguely imagine, you know what, there might be a guy who probably has it really rough there, you know what I'm saying?
Now imagine there's a group of people and the whole area.
Let me explain. This is Arub. This is a character I just made up, right? Whenever he's out and about, Arub sees these workers wanted posters around his area. He doesn't have much money to his name, but he's willing to put in the hard work to provide for his family. In this workers wanted poster, he sees that they're offering $300 per month, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., 6 days a week, food and a place to stay, all in return for manual labor. Arub gets excited. This to him sounds like a dream come true. The money he'd be lucky to make in his country was right in arm's reach. He could provide for his family or even save up for that car he wanted. But my friends, little does Arub know, once he touches Dubai, it was gonna be a whole different story. Arub's story is the same with hundreds of thousands of immigrants in Dubai. When they got to Dubai, it was a whole different story for them as well. This is what happens. To prevent these people from leaving this country due to the way that they're being treated,
As soon as they land, their passports are taken away.
to prevent them from going back to their country. And then from the airport, they're then taken to what I like to call these slave buses, where they will be driven to these camps.
6 days a week, 12 hours a day, and living 8 men to a room, and in what we saw were absolutely squalid conditions. It looks like a shanty town. So how many? There's 2, 4, 6, 8 people in this room? 9 people.
For me, it's just embarrassing, straight up. Not on Dubai's part, but on our part, bro. It's really embarrassing, bro. Come on. Here's why, for me, right? This is unacceptable. As a grown person, right? Fine, whatever. We don't always okay, we can't say we're not all educated or whatever. Forget that. That's irrelevant. As a grown person, you do need to realize, right, that a lot of things, just it's nature, bro. Paradise on earth. What are you thinking? You're way in over your head, bro. I hate things like this because I've personally experienced it. I've seen it happen to someone, and it was one of the most heartbreaking things ever. Really, I personally saw that happen, as recently as last year.
Really? What
saw
happened?
it happening to someone, bro. Someone who was standing he was literally begging to go back to Congo because of how hard the situation was, right? Here in Joburg. My thoughts were, You know what I'm saying? It was never like to judge or whatever, but it made me realize the psyche of the greener pasture. There's, you know, especially with our community, this whole thing of Porto, right? Bro, it's not a bed of roses out there, bro. How can you, in your right mind, as an adult, as a grown person, forgive me if I sound like a snob, bro, but how can you, in your right mind, as an adult, possibly think, right? Like where you're going on planet Earth, yeah? It's all peaches, everything is hunky-dory, it's freaking Alice in Wonderland there, you know what I'm saying? There is no poverty, there is no this, bro, come on, bruv.
No, but Chris,
They're indebted by the time they arrive there, so it is bonded labour.
They'd finally revealed to him that instead of the agreed 9 to 5, 8-hour work days, he'd instead be working 14-hour days, 6 days a week in the hot sun. Not only that, their outside interaction with people would be heavily watched.
The interview, the workers, the camp boss turned up.
Speak English? Yeah, what do you? Huh? What do you? We want to see whether people are happy. It's okay? No, okay. So do you want us to leave? Yeah, okay. Sure.
If there's nothing wrong with this, why are these workers getting watched when they interact with people of the outside? And look, not only that, the agreed pay of $300 per month is also rarely the case. You know, when you're in this predicament where you were tricked to work while all your visas and papers were stripped from you, I don't think you have a say on what happens to you if you don't get paid. Somebody did a study where they came to the conclusion that suicide rates among the immigrants and the expats was 7 times higher than the citizens of the country. But I mean, shouldn't this be illegal? Isn't Dubai a Muslim country? How are they allowing this? You know, in Dubai, there's this system put in place called the kafala system. This is a system set in place by the UAE government.
Kafala means that workers cannot change jobs without their employer's permission.
This is a law in Dubai that basically allows your employer to own you. Even if these workers try to escape these situations, they're caught and they're immediately sent back to their employers. Basically gives their employers legal rights over them.
There is nothing for me. I borrowed from other people to buy food. It's been 5 months he has not paid me at all. I have begged for food or remained hungry. Somehow or other, I am surviving. My wife and children tell me to send some money or come back. Where will I go?
The worst part about this whole thing, this has been going on for years and I don't see it stopping.
it's like we feeding on opium, and we would really not like to somehow imagine the destination we're aiming to be at in a bad light. Because how many people, when they think Dubai, they see skyscrapers and all this beautiful.
Everybody, bro. That's the image we were sold.
Exactly. We've been sold that image and we high on it, right? And now for majority of people, it's harsh. It's hard for them to accept another reality. That is, there's a high probability that when you get to Dubai, you might still feel, in fact, your environment might actually still look like Africa, in the deepest ghettos of Africa. And only if you travel to another different location where there's a high probability you are not even allowed to be in, then you'll realize you're in Dubai. I think you know what, I think a lot of people are not truthful enough, Chris. More especially people that have been to these places. They're not truthful enough because on the most part, from their side of things, they want to maintain a certain image. Hence, they'll sell you these stories. How many stories have we been told of girls that were taken to Dubai for a job? A certain person came into their village, a girl that was hustling, and convinced this particular girl to say, Anna, you can also make money just to get it's prostitution. How many times, bro?
Ish, too many stories about that. I mean, my point's like, I can sympathize with somebody who doesn't live in a city. That's the only exception I can make. I can sympathize with someone who's not from a city. Because you know, the beautiful thing about living in a city is you get to see extremes.
Yes.
You get to see it all. Like, okay, fine. Maybe I was a bit harsh on that point, right?
Yeah.
Because the truth is, many people who come to these places do not come from cities to begin with.
That's it.
So I apologize on that front, right? If you do come from a city, however, that's even irrelevant. If you do come from a city, you're not as naive, bro. Honestly, you wouldn't
No,
be.
but naivety, bro, naivety does not discriminate.
Okay, good point.
Yeah,
actually.
naivety does not
Yeah.
discriminate. So you can be old, you can be young, you can be whatever age you want to be.
True.
Right? Which means you are capable of being deceived, whatsoever age you are.
That is true. You can be deceived. yes.
Right? So, and how many people have bought into a lot of stories, bro? Let's reduce it. Micro scale. How many people buy into stupid stories on social media?
More people than you'd like to think.
Why do you think a lot of people's self-esteem is being shattered just like that on social media? Is because they somehow believe, their brain interprets that what they're seeing is actually the reality of what they're actually seeing. Not realizing that, wait, this girl that is flexing, where she's at, there's a guy who's holding the camera. That's the guy that sponsored the whole trip. And after this, she has to pay a dues. And she has to pay it good. Because I ain't gonna fly you to Dubai and you just come here and have a good time and take pictures. Guess what? I'm gonna take you pictures, but when I demand for my goods, you're gonna give me goods.
So basically, I'm no longer gonna have toilet paper in my house because you're there.
Porta potty. You want to porta potty?
Porta potty.
Do you get it, bro?
Exactly.
So it's sort of like, I feel like for the most part, it's the people glamorizing these places. They're the ones doing the biggest injustice to a lot of people.
That's true.
You are not telling us the
are.
truth of these places.
Even if it could be as innocent as possible, bro. It goes deeper for somebody seeing that.
Okay, but the thing is, I think what matters is your intentions. I mean, we've spoken about this. There's one thing I do personally try and avoid to do on the net, is to paint my life in the light in which it's not in. First of all, I do not want bad clouds in my life. All of a sudden, I start experiencing misery on all angles because someone held me in their heart because of a simple picture I took to a car that does not belong to me. All right? And so I do try, by all means, not to paint my life in a most deceiving way. And so I avoid posting. And I don't take pictures wherever I go, bro. We spoke about this.
Yeah, no,
We've been to beautiful places, but I don't take pictures. I refuse to take pictures.
We chilled.
Because I just don't want bad luck in my life. And I don't want to come off as very deceptive. So, hence I avoid all that. And to make my life look as if, oh no, it's better than other people's life.
Nah. Yeah, because the intention is everything, you know?
It's all intention.
Because like a lot of people, unfortunately, like they will travel and now they make it a point where you want to rub people's hearts.
Yeah, bro, I went to this place. For the whole flipping 2 weeks, we seeing what you did.
What you ate,
bro,
what you saw.
Bro.
I mean, fine, a cute photo of the landscape every now and again. We're not saying like, look, you can post whatever you want. I mean, who am I to tell you?
No, you can. I'm just saying, don't do it in a good light and do it with good intentions, please. I personally do appreciate certain people that I know who are even overseas, right? Places like Canada, US, all these places. And I do really appreciate it at the fact that they're quite transparent in telling you the reality of things and the jobs that they do. Because they actually tell you, oh, guess what? I'm a cleaner. Oh no, guess what? I actually sweep the streets. Oh no, guess what? I work at the old age home.
Yeah.
You know? Personally, I do appreciate it because you get to see the reality of things. You say, okay, cool. Greener pastures are actually just determined by just life and circumstances. It's like you might be working a beautiful job here in South Africa, then you leave for another particular country. You end up doing the most crappiest jobs that you ridicule people that were doing it here in South Africa.
You see?
So, and you begin to wonder, to say, oh, damn, someone deceived me. They told me here, when I get here, I'm going to become a millionaire.
It's not it, man. Really, it's not it. And you know, thank goodness for videos like this. You hate to see it, but I love to see it, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because now, more than ever, we are seeing sides of, for instance, Dubai, that were never before seen, right? The glamour behind Dubai has faded away now, you know what I'm saying? Tell someone about Dubai, first thing they say, bro, you're gonna get pooped on there, don't go to Dubai. You know what I'm saying? That's not always the case, right? But now, the image now that's sticking with people in, like, when you say things like Dubai, unfortunately, is not a good one anymore, bro. I don't know about
it's
you.
not a
hey?
good one.
Now it's the bad one is the one there. Now people are more aware that, hey, bro, those skyscrapers and stuff, guess what? It belongs to the rich. I don't know how you thought the social dynamics changed just because it's Dubai.
They don't change.